Hey, what's going on, everybody? Y'all know who it is. It's the Mocha Man on a mission. Steve Brown back in the building, live and direct with what? Another vision. Now, we've all heard the news. I mean, this is with great sadness. George Zimmerman was found not guilty in the murder trial of Trayvon Martin. Now, I know there are going to be a lot of folks talking about this, and obviously, I'm going to be lending my voice to this as well. But I want to offer a different perspective on all of this, all right, you guys. And I want you really to think about this and then, you know, look into it. See if there's anything that I'm saying makes any sense, if any of this can be corroborated, because I'm just coming off the top of the dome here, all right? Now, when this story broke a year ago, I thought it was suspicious then. The fact that Trayvon Martin had been dead for a while, and Zimmerman, I mean, they wouldn't even arrest this dude. You know what I'm saying? I mean, he was free. This kid was dead, and this guy was, they knew who killed him, right? They knew who the prime suspect was, and he wasn't even ever brought into custody. So that by itself, right at the outset, said to me that, okay, there are other forces at work here, and this is not, this ain't just some little local matter, all right? Now, what we do know about George Zimmerman is that he's the son of a judge, and apparently his father has gotten him out of situations on several occasions before. So that says to me that obviously he's got some high level protection. And the thing about it, you guys, whatever you see on TV, you have to understand that television is a device. It is a programming device. Like I said, it comes out of, World War II. Basically, World War II science, Nazi science, really. So it is a weapon. It is a weapon of programming. All right. So what you see on TV is not real. It is not true. All right. It's what they want you to believe. It's what they want you to perceive. And the thing that I noticed with Zimmerman, with his father being a judge, the first thing that said to me was that most likely George Zimmerman has been submit or has submitted or been forced to submit to mind control. That is very common for people that are at high levels of power in this world. If his father's a judge, to have special access and things like that. Everyone that's within his sphere of influence, himself, his family, his children, things like that, those people have to submit to mind control, to be able to keep certain positions in the world. That's how it works. And it sounds like Zimmerman has been a screw up most of his life, and it's probably connected to whatever time they started programming him. So I submit to you that George Zimmerman is a mind controlled person, and he was deployed to kill Trayvon Martin. And the bigger goal here to create tension between the races, to get some kind of race war popped off here in the country, so that they can have an excuse to enforce, martial law. That's my belief. That's my story. I'm sticking to it. And it could sound paranoid initially, right? But a year ago when the story broke, I checked Trayvon Martin, his father. I checked his Facebook page. Now, Trayvon Martin's father, Tracy Martin, is a Mason. All right. Now, y'all understand, with Masons, these are people that are, intertwined with, the most powerful people, in the world. And it sounds like, to me that a deal was made some kind of backdoor deal was made. Maybe Trayvon Martin was Tracy Martin's sacrifice so that he could get, further up in the ranks or whatever. Not that he would have any real power, but you know what I mean? I mean, if they can use, someone, if they can use a pawn in some kind of way, they will do that. And people make all kinds of deals, you know what I mean? So, looking at his Facebook page and seeing all that Masonic stuff and him in, uh, outfits and regalia and all that type of stuff, I'm like, okay, well, his father's a Mason, so this starts to make sense here. I mean, these people don't just come out of nowhere. So I think that, Trayvon Martin was some kind of sacrifice and was used as a ploy to, foment tension between the races to get some kind of race war going on. I mean, they've been trying to do that for, quite some time. And so, this is a way to do that. George Zimmerman was a programmed person, right? He's the son of a judge, been a screw up most of his life. And, they deployed him, to kill this kid, to get the kind of reaction that they want out of the population. All right. The main tenet of the New World Order, right, is order out of chaos, right? So they need to create the chaos so that they can instill their order, right? So you guys, you can't fall for the okie doke. And I'm not saying to not be upset or anything like that. I'm just saying that you got to look at this stuff a lot deeper than what's on the surface. Because anything that comes through the television, it works to their benefit, not yours. It is designed. It is designed for you to believe what they want you to believe. It's not representative of the truth. I mean, more lies are told here in America than probably anywhere on the planet. I mean, we are the people of the lie. All right. Everything that they've talked about, everything that we've learned in school, I mean, everything that could be lied about, they have lied about. Everything. And I mean everything. All right. You black folks out there, we're not black, right? We're Moors. We're not African Americans. We are not descendants of slaves. None of that stuff. We are the true Americans. The real Americans are so-called black people, Moors, right? But you're not going to hear that anywhere, And I could go on about this, all day. So all I'm saying is, look at this stuff deeper, You got to realize that there are forces at work here that go beyond, let me just say, there are forces at work here when these kind of events happen that are not, human. There's a lot of, non-human involvement going on here, all right? Entities, things like that. They may look human, but they're not human, all right? So it's real deep shit going on here, all right? So I just encourage everybody to, look at this stuff a lot more closely. Don't see, just what's on the surface. Dig deeper, and and then try to look for answers. Now, the immediate answer right now, I would say, is to boycott the state of Florida. So, tourism, anything coming out of the state of Florida, don't buy it. All right, don't buy shit out of Florida. For those of you folks that live in Florida, you need to not support the system there, all right? If you're so-called black folks there in Florida, you know what? Only buy from black-owned businesses from now on, all right? Just like the bus boycott, like the Montgomery bus boycott in the 50s. You know what I mean? That's what this country understands is money. So you find a way to cut off the money. They stop getting black folks money, right? Moors money. And you're going to see things change. And for everybody else that doesn't live in Florida, don't buy shit out of Florida. Don't spend no money in Florida. All right? That's what I would say to do right now. And then let's see what happens with that. All right, guys. So, I mean, I could go on and on and on about this stuff because there's so much to cover here. And things like this open up such a can of worms. But I can't talk about all this stuff now. It's just too much. So, it's your man Brown. I'll be talking with y'all tomorrow. Um, my heart goes out to the Martin family. I mean, at the end of the day, a young man was lost who was innocent, didn't do anything, didn't deserve, what happened to him. And, it just says that, our lives aren't worth anything in this country. But, I've already known that. None of it is a surprise to me. But it's still sad just the same. All right. But we'll talk about this some more, guys. Keep your heads, think clearly. This is not, this is a much bigger thing than a black and white issue. It really is. And I know it's hard to see, and understand looking at it on the surface, but trust me, it is. All right, so it's your man Brown, y'all. I'll talk with y'all again, and we'll have to pick this up again because there's a lot here. So there'll be another installment. All right, talk to you tomorrow. Peace.